Okay, hi there everyone, and this is a Crazyhouse 960 match, 4 games of 5+5 against Fumi. Okay, I hadn't had a chance to look at the position till now, so I better look quickly before this thing aborts. He's opened up his bishop. Probably I want to develop my knight and queen and stuff. Okay, so I'm playing a match against Fumi. I had some connection issues to start with. God, don't know why. And it's my move. I'm going to go e6. Okay. I still maintain control of f6. Okay, so how do I take this? I could take it with the bishop, or I could take it with the knight, or I could take it with the king. I'm going to take it with the knight. And okay, that was embarrassing. Okay, I didn't see that. I was all focused on the knight at e7 mate. I forgot knight h6 was also mate. Okay, let's try again. Hitting a lot of squares. So I'm just going to sort out this weakness. There's no point being fancy about things. Just shut off that weakness. And next push d4, queen b1. Try and harmonize my pieces. Wow. So I have to really block off this diagonal. And the obvious way of doing it, pushing, doesn't work because it falls to this. So I've kind of got myself into a hairy situation. So this takes pawn here, back off. Okay, so d4 I want to do, he might sack a queen. Takes. Gets 2 pieces and a pawn for the queen. Not sure if that's a fair deal. Okay, I don't want to trade queens. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to do rook here, but the problem is he has knight here. So that doesn't suit me at all. Okay, I'm going to do this anyway. Okay, what is the idea? That feels like I can attack the queen with tempo. Not really interested in pawns, so that doesn't really bother me at all. So he's giving up pieces. So he's basically got 2 pawns for a piece at this point. But this square is weak. So he definitely has to reinforce it, which makes sense. Okay, I'm very happy to get bishops. I think the threat is rook here first. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, is he actually threatening anything? And play here. Okay, and you're giving me an extra something, something, which I appreciate. And now what are you going to do with the bishop? My king's very safe. My king's very safe. I am thinking about pawn here. Thinking of pawn takes knight. I'm thinking of pawn here as well. Pawn takes knight, queen takes. I can't see anything. I can't see anything wrong, basically. Bishop takes, of course. And again, what's he got? Has he got anything? Don't think so. Ooh, ooh, good move, good move, good move. So I'm going to go like this, because I want to keep the left here. Okay, so he's going for 2 pieces for the queen. Fair enough. That's the concept anyway. Okay, and I want to go pawn takes bishop. What, does he have anything? Okay, so I thought I'd been really smart going here. Takes. So what should he have done? Given up the queen, maybe. Knight to a3 is interesting. This is interesting. But I didn't know how to continue. Knight at c3, king c1. Knight takes a2. The point is if he tries to run... Wow! Bishop at c3 is mate. Okay, so he has to go back. And then I put my bishop on. Or I go knight 2 to c3, king c1, bishop at c5. But bishop at c5... So I'd have got completely crushed if it was me. If it were me who were white in this position, I'd have been so completely crushed. Bishop takes a3, runs, and this would have been such a crush. I'd have lost so badly, this position. So, okay. So bad. Just bishop takes is okay-ish. So yeah, so the first game was just a disaster. Second game. I think I could take it, but yeah. Somehow I didn't play this so well. Takes. Bishop d2. The knight is defended by the bishop. I hadn't noticed that. He actually doesn't have anything. Wow. But allowing this, yeah, then it's just rough. Okay. I think that's the problem with this, is exchanging when you're losing. That's does not work well. And then here he has force mate and basically finds it. Fumitoks okay. Game 3. Yeah, just didn't quite find the way to continue this. Just bishop takes g7. Simple. I was worried my king would get a bit trapped. Yeah, this is awful. Oh, knight at h8. Here, king takes g7 and then takes his check. Ugh, I didn't know what to do. I was totally lost. Yeah. And again, I think I was doing okay this game. It's game 4. So here I think I'm doing okay, but then maybe this is too speculative. Is it too speculative? It's okay. It's actually okay. c4 makes sense. Takes makes sense. Yeah, takes makes sense. Knight at e3 is top move, so it's a good play. Bishop there check blocks makes sense. Takes the queen is correct. Takes. Queen at a8 now first, and then take the bishop. So strong. Queen at a8 blocks, then open up the file. Boom. And it's really going to be tough to defend. Doing it this way round, I don't know. Didn't quite do it. Knight here check. He just ran. Takes. Queen at e6. Bishop at e6. Yeah. Oh, I see. So the threat is just dump a rook on f. Oh, yeah, that's nice. So the what? Okay, queen at e6 just looks crazy to me because the queen could be hit with temp. I mean, this is a terrible move. I just want to see in theory what you do. You just got to check coming up. So okay, so I did this. King takes f1 is fine. Just take it back. You're doing absolutely fine. I don't know what I was doing. I'm still doing completely fine, even giving up a piece like this. Okay, but now, oof, you have to just block the queen, apparently. I didn't know what to do now. Just didn't know what to do. Just terrible. And now he gets the mate. Okay, well that was it. Crazyhouse 960. Well, good experience. I think the key is to have a killer edge in certain kind of key positions. So I'm going to summarize. In a position like here, the idea of getting a rook or bishop here and getting in on this back rank, that's really powerful. And a little bit earlier, really just playing queen here check blocks and then open up the file. Realizing you're safer. That's from game 4. From game 3, the critical point here was recognizing I could go straight in with the check, and he has to run this way obviously because he has to escape, but you actually do this, and if he runs immediately it's checkmate. So this is seriously uncomfortable because he's forced to run back. And then you have a very strong idea of bishop at c5, both hitting the queen and hitting a3. So he can defend, but then you go check and takes this pawn. And this is really, I'm not saying I'd have won this as black, but white is in a kind of nightmare situation here. Despite the fact he has all these pieces in hand, what does he do? He probably just runs like this. and then you take the rook with check, and oh, you can't even do anything. If he takes here, rook at b1, block, and knight there's checkmate. So it's really hard to defend. What is the correct defense here? Knight at d6 to distract. Oh, nice move, because if you take with the pawn, rook at e7, and pawn here is checkmate. This is quite pretty. And if you do this, then queen takes e7, bishop here, king takes, knight takes pawn, pawn takes queen here. And you have to take that pawn, because if you keep running, queen here is checkmate. So this is a very pretty move, knight at d6 to defend, but we do win a whole knight then, and the king is just super safe. No knights to attack that king with. This is coming next. King takes, g7 is coming next. Suppose he does something like this just to try and keep something up in his position. No good at all. There's a huge threat. Suppose you try and defend against the threat with a move like this. Bishop back, bishop comes back here. So if you try and run with the king, it just takes, and the king can't keep running. And if you take back, you're getting mated, I imagine. Rook at b1, drop a knight apparently is the safest drop. And then just king takes pawn. White doesn't have a knight in hand, so he can't really do much. You know, at h6, king takes h6, rook h4, just at h5 with the pawn. Nothing. Okay, so those two games, clearly I had a good chance of winning, but the very, very first game I was slightly blind not to see that I could not take this knight with the knight. I had to take it with the bishop. And okay, so I would have probably lost this anyway, but what happened in the game is I just took the knight and got mated and won. Okay, that's a rough summary of the games. I didn't say anything about game two. Game two, I think it was just poor defense. Shouldn't have been scared of pawn takes pawn. I think that's what it just takes, and bishop here. The game continues. Everything's protected, and that queen is not going to last there long. So that's a quick summary of the match. See you next time.